Resigned to the fact that his finest days are over, a guy in his late 60s makes a single drink using materials he's had in his kitchen for years. In barely 20 minutes, an astonishing event takes place. His body reacts like it hasn't in decades, his confidence returns, and his energy levels soar. Just a straightforward, natural mixture that interacts with the body's natural chemistry. No dangerous procedures or prescription drugs. I'm Dr. Mohit Khera, a men's health specialist and urologist with more than 30 years of experience assisting men in regaining their vigor. I've worked with thousands of people, including executives, farmers, teachers, veterans, and men who believe their performance issues would never go away. They've been able to go back in time in ways they never would have imagined, thanks to what I'm going to tell you. You've been informed that slowing down is inevitable, and that aging is the cause of your deterioration. Here's the unexpected reality, though. But before we go right in, if you're worried about your health, click the subscribe button and turn on notifications, because this is where we share the facts that no one talks about. And if you're with me, please let me know. In the comment field, put 1 if you're currently viewing and this video speaks to you. Type 0 otherwise. You are unaware of the significance of your voice. Age is not the true problem for many men. It's a shortage of essential nutrients, hormonal imbalance, and obstructed circulation. Furthermore, the quickest and safest solution isn't kept behind a pharmacy counter or concealed in a lab. You currently have it in your pantry. I'm going to share 5 vinegar-based concoctions with you today that will protect your testosterone, expand your blood vessels, and give you more energy. Some of these can start working in as little as 20 minutes. Hold on, because in a few minutes, I'll also reveal the ultimate power blend, a recipe that blends the strongest components of all 5 formulae into a single drink that has been so successful at restoring men's performance well into their 70s and 80s. Let's start with the first recipe, which is a potent yet straightforward blend of raw honey and apple cider vinegar, 2 organic components that cooperate to open vessels and safeguard testosterone. 1. Apple cider vinegar plus raw honey. There's one thing I've discovered in my decades of working with males over 60. The most potent answers are frequently found in nature in the most basic forms. I still recall a 72-year-old former firefighter called Walter as a patient. He entered my office with the conviction that he would not feel like himself again without a prescription medication. Intimacy with his wife had become infrequent and uncomfortable. He had lost his confidence, and his vitality was waning. He was dubious when I first presented him with this combination, but a week later he called me, his voice shaking with anticipation, to inform me that something had changed. A concentration of acetic acid found in apple cider vinegar may appear to be a commonplace pantry item, yet it has the power to open your arteries like a master key. Plaque and inflammation can cause our blood vessels to constrict and stiffen over time, much like old pipes in a house. This vinegar aids in clearing such obstructions, lowers indicators of inflammation, and restores blood flow. But when you combine it with unprocessed, raw honey, the magic really happens. Chrysin is a naturally occurring substance found in raw honey, which is hazy, golden, and still alive with enzymes. By preventing the enzyme aromatase from converting your testosterone into estrogen, this flavonoid protects it. The majority of men are unaware of the amount of male hormone that is lost in this manner over time. In addition to enhancing physical performance, this combination helps men regain their feeling of self by simultaneously protecting testosterone and opening blood vessels. This is how I suggest it. In 8 ounces of warm water, combine 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered honey with 2 tablespoons of organic apple cider vinegar. If you want to be at your best, drink it half an hour beforehand. Warm water accelerates absorption and helps activate the honey's enzymes, allowing the benefits to reach you sooner. Walter's initial observation was not merely a more powerful reaction in the bedroom, it was his vitality all day long. He told me he felt lighter, his focus improved, and his mood improved. It was as though his body had been bearing an unseen burden for years before abruptly letting it go. This type of alteration affects more than just how you carry yourself. It also affects how you interact with your relationship and even how you view your own image. What's the best part? Without upsetting your system, this combo works subtly. It promotes more consistent hormones, healthier arteries, and more dependable energy over time. It's a tiny daily decision that may have a big impact on your confidence and health. Despite this blend's strength, it's just the beginning. In the following formula, years of buried obstructions are broken down and fresh. Oxygen-rich blood is pushed precisely where you need it most. And it all begins with an unexpected twist on something you've most likely seen hundreds of times when shopping at the grocery store. To let me know you're still here, please leave the number 1 in the comments if this initial formula has helped you see what's possible. Let's proceed to the second formula now. 2. Fresh ginger and white vinegar. I will always remember the day Frank entered my clinic. A 68-year-old retired construction worker with steely stubbornness and hands like sandpaper. "I'm not ready to hang it up, Doc, but nothing's working anymore," he continued, leaning forward across from me. He'd been battling with performance for 10 years, and his doctor had advised him to accept reality and learn to live with it. He wasn't prepared to accept it, and I could tell by the look in his eyes. And I knew just what to recommend. Because it doesn't have the same trendy health reputation as apple cider vinegar, white vinegar is frequently disregarded. However, it does include copious, pure acetic acid, which acts as an artery cleaner. Hardened plaque and calcium deposits over time can cause your blood vessels to become stiff tubes that restrict blood flow. This is a major factor in the decrease in circulation and the waning of vitality in the bedroom. White vinegar starts to break down those deposits, which helps your vessels become more flexible and lets new oxygen-rich blood flow where it's required. The true magic happens when you add fresh ginger to the mixture. It's fresh, hard ginger root that releases powerful oils as soon as you grate it, not powdered ginger from the back of your spice cupboard. Gingerols and shogols are chemicals found in ginger that have 2 amazing properties. They cause your blood vessels' smooth muscle tissue to relax and increase the production of nitric oxide, a chemical necessary for powerful, long-lasting performance. Although the procedure is straightforward, accuracy is necessary. Half a cup of warm water is combined with 1 tablespoon of white vinegar and 1 teaspoon of freshly grated ginger. About 20 minutes before you need it, drink it. That brief period is sufficient for the ginger to start accelerating circulation and the vinegar to begin cleaning channels. I instructed Frank to give it a week and get back to me. He sent me a brief and direct email 3 days later. "I felt like I was 20 again when I woke up this morning, Doc." By the end of the week, he and his spouse were spending more time together, smiling more and conversing more than they had in years. He even reported that the natural anti-inflammatory qualities of ginger help to relieve the stiffness in his knees. Blood flow isn't the only factor in this calculation. Reviving the mechanisms that give a guy a sense of vitality is the goal. Everything changes when your circulation gets better. It improves your endurance, concentration, and post-activity recuperation. Even though Frank's metamorphosis was remarkable, there is another formula that functions at a deeper level, rebuilding and repairing blood vessels from the inside out rather than merely opening them up. And it comes from an ingredient that is so rich and opulent that most people consider it to be a salad dressing, rather than a means of boosting your performance. 3. Balsamic vinegar plus pure pomegranate juice. I recall shaking hands firmly with Arthur, a 70-year-old retired Navy officer who had a silent frustration he didn't want to discuss. He had maintained a healthy lifestyle, ate a respectable diet, and continued to walk a few miles every day, but he had seen something slide during the past few years. His confidence faltered, his energy was different, and intimate encounters felt more like a chore than a pleasure. He assured me that I still had the will, Doc, but I believe my body has lost the ability to carry it out. I introduced him to the vessel repair crew at that point. Pure pomegranate juice with balsamic vinegar. Balsamic vinegar is much more than just a tart, sweet condiment. It is abundant in polyphenols, which are plant-based substances that combat oxidative stress and fortify the endothelium, the fragile lining of your blood vessels. Like sandpaper inside a hose, the lining can deteriorate and become abrasive with time, reducing blood flow and making it more difficult to attain and maintain performance. By restoring smoothness, balsamic vinegar facilitates more effective and free blood flow. Punic allergens is a potent force that pure pomegranate juice brings to the table. These uncommon antioxidants effectively lower inflammation and promote the regeneration of healthy vascular tissue, acting as a surgically precise repair crew. When combined with the polyphenols found in balsamic vinegar, they not only temporarily increase circulation, but also help to reverse years of slow decline at its source. I suggested that Arthur combine 4 ounces of unsweetened pure pomegranate juice with 2 tablespoons of premium balsamic vinegar. Purity is the key. The majority of commercial juices are diluted with fillers and sugar, which lessens their impact. In order to optimize absorption, he took it twice a day, once in the morning, right before bed, and again approximately an hour before he intended to perform at his peak. Arthur's reports changed from cautious optimism to genuine joy in a matter of weeks. Not only am I seeing improvements in the bedroom, Doc, but I'm also breathing better. My legs feel stronger and my morning walks feel easier. His cardiovascular system as a whole was being lifted by his increased circulation, which translated into a boost in confidence that is impossible to fake. More than just opening the floodgates, this blend aims to fix them so they remain open. This is one of the best natural methods I've seen for men who want a long-term change, rather than simply a quick boost. By working with your body's natural chemistry to create the nitric oxide raw material, you may go one step further and get beyond the drawbacks of most supplements. And that's where the next formula, which is based on an unexpected Japanese tradition, completely alters the rules. C4. Watermelon extract combined with rice vinegar. I met Dr. Kenji Yamamoto, a quiet researcher with an amazing discovery, at a medical symposium in Tokyo a few years ago. In rural Japan, he had been researching individuals in their 70s and 80s who still maintained the same level of vigor that most men in the West had lost decades before. What he discovered was both straightforward and astounding. These males frequently drank a little concoction of watermelon-based beverages and rice vinegar. As soon as I heard the specifics, I understood why it was effective and why it would change the game for my patients back home. Among vinegars, rice vinegar is special. It's softer, a little more alkaline, and has amino acids that assist the body's pH equilibrium, which makes it ideal for absorbing nutrients. It goes beyond simply clearing vessels. It involves getting your body ready to utilize each nutrient you provide. Watermelon extract can help with that. Citrulline, an amino acid that your body transforms into arginine, is abundant in watermelon extract. Nitric oxide, the chemical that relaxes and dilates blood arteries to allow more blood to flow precisely where it is needed, is made up of the building block arginine. Citrulline's advantage is that it avoids the intestinal degradation that most arginine supplements undergo. Rather, it passes silently through your body and transforms precisely where your blood arteries require it, resulting in a potent, organic increase in blood flow. When I first began suggesting this combination, I instructed my patients to combine 2 ounces of pure watermelon extract with 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar in a small glass of room temperature water. Time is of the essence. To allow the citrulline to arginine conversion to peak, drink it around 45 minutes before engaging in any activity. After attempting it, my patient Robert, a 66-year-old former marathon runner, gave an excellent description. It's as if my body had just remembered how to function at its peak, Doc, and it remained that way for hours. Performance is not the only impact. Men say they feel more energized, recover from exercise more quickly, and even see an increase in endurance when doing daily tasks like walking large distances or working in the yard. This liveliness is pure and long-lasting. There is a constant, assured vigor without any jerks or crashes. The goal of this recipe is not to coerce the body into doing anything. Giving it the precise resources it requires to carry out its intended function, even after several decades, is the goal. And for a lot of men, it's the first time they've experienced that kind of natural power without the need for medicine in years. The next combination, however, adds a whole new dimension, one that taps into not only your physical readiness, but also your mental and emotional drive, creating an experience that is as much about connection as it is about performance. This blend lays the groundwork for strong circulation and stamina. 5. Dark chocolate and red wine vinegar. Pierre, a 69-year-old retired French chef, has spent his life surrounded by romance, flavor, and texture. However, I could tell something was missing from the grief in his eyes when he came to see me. He acknowledged that although his love for his wife remained unwavering, he was no longer able to physically show it. "I can still make the ideal supper, Doc, but I can't wrap up the evening the way I used to." He was discussing more than just intimacy, and I could tell. He was discussing the confidence and passion that had always characterized him. That's when I showed him red wine vinegar and dark chocolate, a combination that worked on 2 levels simultaneously. Resveratrol, a potent substance found in red wine vinegar, is well known for its capacity to lower inflammation, enhance circulation, and safeguard the cardiovascular system. It enables the body to distribute more oxygen-rich blood precisely where it is required by widening and strengthening blood arteries. It's only half the story, though. In and of itself, dark chocolate, real dark chocolate that contains at least 70% cacao, is a powerful ingredient. It contains phenylethylamine, a substance that produces sensations of pleasure and attraction, as well as flavonoids that increase the synthesis of nitric oxide, which improves blood flow. Additionally, anandamide, also referred to as the bliss molecule, is present, which aids in reducing stress and promoting relaxation in the body. Because anxiety can impair performance more quickly than any physical restriction, many men find that stress reduction is just as crucial as better circulation. It's easy to prepare and nearly decadent. Drink 2 ounces of warm water with 1 teaspoon of red wine vinegar dissolved in it, and then immediately eat 3 or 4 squares of high-quality dark chocolate. While the chocolate starts to improve your mood and circulation in a matter of minutes, the warm water facilitates the vinegar's rapid absorption. Pierre informed me that when he first tried it, he felt emotionally and physically prepared, and his body and mind were at last in harmony. I adore this combo because it takes into account both the emotional and physical facets of masculine vitality. Performance isn't everything. It all comes down to being confident, present, and connected. That emotional bond can be just as potent for men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond as any physical increase. Later, Pierre informed me that this small custom, a glass of warm vinegar water, a square of chocolate, and a knowing smile, became a shared time with his wife. The outcomes? Let's just say that they both began to enjoy evenings once more. Now that all 5 of these potent combos have been shared, it's time for the big reveal. Because although each of these formulations can be quite effective when used alone, I'm going to show you how to mix the strongest ingredients from each one to create the perfect blend. Men well into their 80s have been able to recover the vigor they believed had been lost forever. Because to this drink, we all grow when we share. So please share what you learned today and what change you're ready to make in the comments box below. Let's support each other. If you found this video useful or if it even slightly opened your eyes, please click the like button. To be sure you don't miss any information that could change your health, click subscribe. Before you go, ring the bell. If this video was helpful, please enter 1. If not, enter 0. You might not be aware of the significance of your comment. Conclusion. I felt there had to be a way to combine the best aspects of these 5 formulae into a single, potent remedy after witnessing them change the lives of so many men. The ultimate power blend was created in this manner. Apple cider vinegar's artery-opening power, raw honey's testosterone-protecting properties, fresh ginger's circulation-boosting effects, pure pomegranate juice's vessel-repairing antioxidants, rice vinegar's absorption boost, and dark chocolate's mood-boosting and stress-relieving properties are all combined in this product. In my experience, guys in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s have regained vitality that they believed had vanished forever. They speak more confidently, stand taller, and reestablish connections with their partners in ways they never thought were possible. What's the best part? The goal here is not to coerce the body into doing anything. Restoring the natural mechanisms that age has subtly slowed down is the goal. The ingredients are inexpensive, the method is easy to follow, and if you stick with it, the results can change your life. With my patients, I've witnessed it, experienced it myself, and I think you can too. Thus, take the first step, give the blend a try, and allow yourself to experience life once more. Because you don't have to let your best moments pass you by. They can get started now.